emphasize some links, put it in a graph, change the graph as tag view, add some measure, probability of success, and I want to know the delay to close the deal. And that's all. And you get those kind of reporting on every document of the system: recruitment, customer service, sales, invoicing, journal items. So it's super efficient. Yes, in the version head you have much more than that, like warehouse management, improvement in accounting. But I think it's, I will not go into the details of all those ones because we have tracks dedicated to those features. I'm just thinking about if I missed something. No? Maybe I should go to the questions. So,
how about multi-language for websites?
Okay. So how about multi-language for websites? As usual, we have been very creative on the way we manage things. Usually in traditional CMS, multi-language is just creating different pages. Typically it's a treats page. So we have to maintain, if you have 5 languages, you have to maintain 5 different pages in parallel. And if you change one of the pages, like the English one, you have to change all the others. And you have to ask your translator to change the others, which is super complex. We decided we needed to do something else. So we added a system of multi-language system. So I will add a new language, French. Like this. And my website will be automatically in multiple languages. So it will prefix my URL with FR. That's the one I selected. Automatically, it detects the language of the user. So automatically we do geolocalization and detect language and we propose the right language to the user automatically. But that's not the best part. But that's not the best part. Here is the best part. Let's translate. What's in the yellow background are things that you must translate. So cliquez ici pour changer de texte. 50 000 sociétés utilisent Odoo. And I can translate like that. It's facile. Installation. Okay? And you show the translation. But the great thing is that if you improve the product form, the blog, or the web page, or whatever, if you change something, like let's change this, make it smaller, like this. I will remove this second feature because it's not true anymore. And I will remove it. And you just change on the master language. And when you do things in the master language, it automatically applies on the translation too. So the French translation has been improved too, and the text is still there. Installation, facile, but the layout changed. So the management of the translation becomes super easy. But we have much more than this. We have a module that is called Gengo. I will show you on a production database. That is an interface with Gengo, which is a translation platform for professional translators. So they translate your website or any page or documents for 5 cents per word. And what you can do is take any page, like this one. I have to take the French one. And if you install the Gengo module, when you want to translate, okay, you have to choose between translating manually or to auto-translate. And if you click on auto-translate, you can ask Gengo to translate it for you. And they have a translation like Google Translate that is free, machine, but you can ask to go through professional translators. It costs 5 cents per word. Here it costs 0 because we already asked to translate, but normally it puts you the right price to translate. And you can put that in an automated mode, which means that when you do something, you create a blog, 24 hours later it's translated in 6 languages, nothing to do. You change 2 paragraphs in your blog, it's updated in all the languages automatically. You create a new product form, it's translated automatically. You change the title of your product form, it's translated automatically. And it takes around 24 hours. And you don't have to even worry about that, it just works. I hope it answers your questions. Any other question? Yes?
Yeah. You speak about the BI, and what about the performance? Because here we can see that you have hundreds of data, but for millions, how it works?
I did the test on a table with, I think it was 8 million of records. and I did the test with the BI, and I loaded the cube, and every operation of the cube took less than 200 milliseconds, so 1/5 of a second. So it's okay. I think if you go into billions of records, it will be probably 5-6 seconds per operation. But the thing is that computers are becoming so big, so powerful. You know, it's the law of but computers are becoming so powerful, and PostgreSQL puts everything in memory that it's not a problem anymore. It's just a matter of configuration of the database. I don't think we will be able to manage billions and billions of data. But for 99% of the companies working with millions of data is enough. So our system is perfect for them because it works out of the box. It doesn't cost anything. No need to implement a business intelligence, or no need to implement a data warehouse, and you can report on anything. And we have optimized it a lot also. Yes?
Could you talk a bit about how it works from a mobile user perspective and how changes you make in here?
So if you want to put this on mobile users, okay, you just click on the mobile icon, and it works.
And you can edit in that view, and is it a separate view, or does it change?
It's a responsive design. So you have to do nothing, it just works. I hope it answers the question too.
Well, it's maybe, say for example, if you wanted to feature a product on the mobile, but not on the
that's okay, we do that too. If you check here, the picture of the screen that is here is not displayed, because it couldn't fit in the banner.
Yeah.
So we have, that's a media, I think in CSS it's at media, and we play with that media to say this is visible, it's not visible.
The actual content will be exactly the same.
It's not, yes, but it's rendered differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, we choose this way because it means it works everywhere. My job page, my everything works perfectly. Even my shop, which is complex, and because for the shop we had to do tricky things, because you see the design is a table. Huh? There is no other way to make such kind of algorithm of displaying the data, because it's very smart. You can do. We try things like push to top. You see, it finds the perfect rendering of the design. That's a table, but it also works on mobile. So we improved everything so that everything works by default on mobile, I hope. Yes. And your project just display like this.
So the mobile will always promote whatever's in the top left corner rather than what's the biggest.
Yeah. Actually, you can easily separate the two views. Huh? We did something that it works by default, but if you absolutely want to have two different renderings, it's okay. We just put an if in the template and you do two views, and that's it. Yes,
How do you manage the paying sequence?
The paying process, but we have different payment processors that are already included, like Odoo, PayPal, ATM, I don't know. But I know that it took around 3 hours to integrate a new payment processor. So it's not an issue, because usually it's the same thing, it's just a form. And we designed something which it generates so that you can add a payment processor very easily. And for the purchase process, it can be changed, but we did a purchase process, that's smart also. When you design such a purchase process here, you have to select between, do you want people to register or to use it without register, or to pay and process the card without register. We choose that they do not need to register, but if they register, everything is perfect. But if they are not registered, we have a mechanism where they receive an email that gives them an access to the portal where they can check their order, their delivery, and all the things. And when they connect, it makes the links with their order so that they have the full information on the portal without having to ask them to register before. So the usability process of purchasing is perfect, no registration in complex steps. And we still have the advantage of registering because we actually register what we do, we register a customer but not yet a user. We do in one click from an email you receive from us, like the confirmation of the work, it becomes a user. Yeah?
Could you explain the batch import of products? The batch import of products, like a CSV file?
Yeah.
And how you handle the image? Let's say
there are different mechanisms to import data. There are tools, ETL, that you can use on PostgreSQL, but you have also an import of CSV Excel file directly embedded in Odoo. You just have to install the base import module. This module is I will not talk a lot about this module because it's not new, it already existed in version 7, you see base import is already installed. And you can import basically anything, so if you want to import products, but it's only from the list view. You click on the import button, you upload the file. I don't have file. I will click create one.
And how do you upload the image with the text CSV file?
Yeah, there are two ways. Either you first upload all the image and then in your CSV file put a link to the image, or I think there is a way with data which is super complex with base 64 to put it directly in the CSV. I don't suggest to do that.
Base 64.
Yeah. But you can import with traditional mechanisms like ETL2. So there are so many answers to this question that it's very complex to answer. Here is the import. So it shows me all the products. I can do the matching with the different columns so that with drill down. So based on my CV to the matching of the data and the structure of the tables of Odoo. Like this has not been recognized, you see, import, so I can search. Say, okay, that's the cost price. And then click import and that's all. I can validate. Okay, it says that this doesn't look to be a cost price field, and it shows me all the mistakes. I fix my CSV. Any other question? Yeah?
Does it support right to left?
I'm pretty sure of yes, but I think you have to ask someone.
Because it doesn't work.
Okay, then we will fix it. It's just CSS or things like that. So if there is mistake on this, we will fix it. I should show you something.
Technically, it's not that difficult, but
no, it's just because we don't need it. But if you, for me, it's a bug. So if you register a bug, we work on it. I will show you something different. We had problems with the right to left or things like that on the reporting engine before, with RML and things like that. But we fixed that too. But for this, I have to change something to show you. Says. I didn't do it yet, so I never did it, so let's hope I find it. Now every report of the system can be customized, and we support HTML for the report. So right to left, we work with a web-kit rendering. So remember I showed you my quotation and I printed my quotation, it appeared as a PDF. I changed in my config, so now it appears as an HTML report, but it's the same. But the good thing is that you can use the website editor to design your own report. So now creating your own report just takes a few minutes. You want to change? It's not quotation, it's you just click edit, it's not quotation, it's your quotation. And you click edit and you change, and you can change the report. Or you want to do something complex, you just use the HTML editor and you add some columns. It takes 1 minute. So we completely review all the reports so that now you can customize report on demand very easily. And you can use snippet too. Want to make a promotion on your report, just drop a snippet and you do it the way you so that's the funny thing with Odoo. We do one thing, CMS, and it improves everything, including our report engine. Okay, so we fixed one of the biggest problems of Odoo, which were the RML reports. Now it's clean HTML, clean design, and fully flexible. Yes?
For the mass mailing feature, it supports the sending of huge databases. For example, if I have 1,000, I mean 1 million.
Yes.
Because in some classic softwares, when emails, the server is blocked by other servers.
No, we use a queue. So if it's slow, it just takes more time to send 1 million of record, but it doesn't block anyone, just a queue. And we can also configure the SMTP you use. So you can use professional SMTP like MailJet to do delivery for you. So no problem.
So this can be possible.
Yeah, it's just one line to put in the configuration of the company. Yes, right. So you can change all the reports. And yeah, it's just one line, the settings of the company. What is your SMTP server? Yes?
You manage bounces on the last mail.
Yes, yes. And we have a mechanism where you can configure after 3 bounces, I close the deal. I close the lead because it's probably a wrong email address or something like that. So we also have the how to react against bounce. And we also manage the opt-out. The unsubscribe. Maybe the last one, yes?
Okay, you just showed before that you extend the product with a couple of features like the iPad.
Yes.
Now suppose you are going to include a video in that particular details page of the product. Is it going to show up in every of the details page for the other products as well?
No.
Do you need to equip that, or is it just one object that you are combining with that single product that you want to sell?
what I did here, putting my big pictures, I can turn it as a video too. Because what we did is not an image, a thing to change an image. We did a real media manager. So you can switch and say, oh, I will use a pictogram, or I will use a video, something like that. So we have a real media manager that allows you to turn any picture on videos, like anything like that. That's one thing. And the other thing is, when you update something like this, what you update depends on the zone you update. When I update the footer, it applies to every page that uses this footer.
Okay.
But here I was updating my product, so it updates only this product. But you can create zones that are common to different products if you want. You just put it in a template. Let's say a zone that is linked to the category of product. And you, by default, there is just one zone for the product. But you can add zone wherever you want. And then if you change the zone, it applies on the category. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. Any other question maybe? What's the time now? I should finish now. I still have 5 minutes? Okay. Any question? Yes?
What did you say about the multi-shop question?
It's not working yet, because it's only the version 1.0, but OpenERP is already fully multi-shop. Backend. We have multi-shop, multi-warehouse, multi-accounting, multi-currency. We already manage everything. But the only thing we need to do is to split the front end into different shops with different design. We already did 80% of the job, but we need 20% of the job. And it will be done in the next weeks.
Oh, you think within the next week?
Yeah, so but not in version 8, in version 9.
Version 9.
So for online users, they will be able to use it in 1 or 2 months. And for on-premise users, they will have to wait for version 9.
In website sales, presumably in the back end, it will create a sales order, will it? And when you have payment, will it match that payment against the sales order?
Of course.
So, okay. How does it do that then?
There are different things, depending on how the payment is processed. If you use a payment gateway with Visa, credit card, or whatever, then we get the result from the payment gateway and we integrate it directly because we know which payment is linked to which order, so it's very easy. But if
how long does that take if you're waiting for a response from the credit card company?
It's instantly.
Is it?
It's half a second or something like that. And but we also support payment like bank wire transfer or things like that. And then we have the bank reconciliation mechanism of Odoo. And the bank, it's a tricky thing. Like if he finds a customer that has the same bank account, then it will find the invoice and propose you automatically. And if the amounts are the same, it will even reconcile it. But we have but if something doesn't match, we will have to use a manual reconciliation system that has been improved a lot also. I'll show you quickly. But I have to install the accounting module. And that's a system that will help you to reconcile all the answers in match for the bank wire transfer. So suppose the customer put the wrong reference, or it's a new customer that you didn't detect the bank account. And for this we have this mechanism.
But let's say you're selling to the public, so every customer is a new customer, or likely to be a new customer. When that payment comes through, what you want to know is whether it's been paid so you can ship the product. How long does it take from placing the order to being able to reconcile a credit card payment?
But it's instant. It's an
Is it? Well, that's automatic. How does it?
Yeah, it's a one query, one HTTP query, so it's less than 1 second. And if it's manual, like a bank wire transfer, you have to download the bank wire transfer, put it in the system. The system auto-detects the transaction and the payment based on reference of the payment and invoice, or based on the bank account of the customer. And if it doesn't detect, you have to do it manually like this. But it's super easy because it proposes you automatically based on what you find. And there is even shortcuts. If you think that the proposition here is good, you can just do Control-Enter. No, it's not Control-Enter. No, I thought it was working. But normally you should close everything and say, okay, it works. So you can reconcile differently if it's a Visa, my credit card, it's automated. If it's a bank wire transfer, 95% is automated and the 5% remaining you have to do it. Yeah. Yes?
How do you manage the storage of the media?
It's technically, you mean the data is, technically the data is on the file system. and we use a higher attachment object in Odoo to make the link between the file system. And we have a smart mechanism that it's like the link in Linux. If you upload several times the same picture, because for instance the logo, we notice that the user are always uploading their logo. Even if it's already in the database of picture they can reuse, they will re-upload the logo because it's easier for them because they know how it is on their own laptop. So they upload, and we have a mechanism that detects that if someone uploads several the same thing, we use the same file in the file system, but different higher attachment links.
So it's not from in the database?
No, you can if you want. There is a mechanism where you can decide if you want to put in the database or in the file system, but it's the default. But it was already like that since 2 years. Huh? We just changed the default. Since 2 years you can store in the file system. So I think it was since version 6.1. But we changed our version 8 is that now the default is the file system. That's the change we did in version 8.
Does it store different versions of the, like file and image sizes, different uses?
Yeah, for speed performance. The product form, for instance, has 3 versions. And the 3 versions are not cut the same way. So if I take an example like, no, this one is not a good example. But sometimes we do like a background display cover. You know what it is?
Yeah, and like
so we cut a bit to be sure that the size is good. For smaller thumbnails, but for the big ones we keep without cutting.
Is that on the server side?
Yeah. Only on some data, like the product pictures or things like a small logo on page.
You mentioned that you would be using geolocation for the location of the user, right? Where it comes from.
I lied. I just think about one thing. Yes, we use geolocalization, but we use that for the price list. So if someone will buy on a website, he will see price in US dollar with the price list based on his location. You can say in US it's $15, in euro it's 12 euro. So we use geolocalization for price list and for other things like proposing the events. So if you go to the Odoo website, I go to, I don't know, the community part. You have a widget here that shows the events based on your country, if it's geolocalized. But there is a strange thing. Oh, it should display me, maybe it didn't detect. Oh, looks like there's an issue, but now it shows the Belgian country, so that is visible for me because I'm Belgian. But that's using geo IP, but for the translation I said a mistake. For the translation we use the default preference of the browser.
But for the customs calculation, would that be also applicable? Or you can use for customs calculation, Atlas, those kind of things?
Yeah, but it's not. Also it works also because we use also geolocalization to fill in automatically the country and the things on the opportunities. So, for instance, on the website, if you subscribe, we don't even ask you for the country and the city, but we are able to send the leads to the right partner because we use geolocalization. One last question. Yes?
Is there any improvement in document management system?
Yes, the views have been improved in the way we store the data and the way we search on the data. Okay, thank you for your attention.